خلصت الإجازة ها؟ طارت كذي 5 أيام تطير ها كأنه. Okay, let's have a look at today's, for this term would be the last lecture. Okay, yeah, for this term this is the last one. Okay, and for the labs will be today the last lab. Okay, and on 2nd of January you'll have your OSPE exam, and on 13th of January you'll have your written exam. Okay, and then inshallah you'll start with the second term. Second term it will be Dr. Raouf, he will teach you the second term. Okay. Today's lab is not very lengthy, so we'll have both the groups. B, which is supposed to be the first one, so they'll be the same, but they'll finish at 2 to 3, and then A will be from 3 to 4. So both the groups could be accommodated. Okay, let's have a look at, today we'll look at the eyes and ears. Okay, so these two indicate to you special senses are more than that. Okay, special senses will include smell, taste. نعم يعني اخر chapter هاي السبيشال senses. yes بعد السي ان اس هذه ويا بعد special senses these are among the special senses اللي فيها الهيرنج vision taste smell. لا أنا will do only these two. Okay, so we'll do the vision. Okay, and we'll do the hearing. Okay, so if you look over here, special senses, it includes the smell, so the nose and how we smell, taste, tongue, and tongue has buds in it, taste buds we call them, and there are 3 different types of taste buds, so I won't go into that one. Okay, and then we have the sight and hearing. These are the 2 chapters we'll cover today, and then equilibrium, that is balance. Okay, so we'll not do that one as well. So our focus in special senses in these 2 areas. Okay, طيب. We'll look at the eye. I want you, once we go through the normal eye, we should be able to identify and label major structures over here. فالعين الكتاب اللي عندكم it has a lot of labels in it. The extrinsic muscles of the eyeball, we have done that. عدل and we said there are 6 extrinsic muscles of the eyeball. We said there are 4 recti, so superior rectus, inferior rectus, medial and lateral. بعدين كان عندي superior oblique, كان عندي inferior oblique. Okay, these were 6, and we should be able to identify them. We have done them with the muscles of the head and neck, is it? And we have seen them in the labs as well. Okay, we'll look at the eyelids, conjunctiva, and the lacrimal apparatus. This is a picture that you have in your book, which gives you a lot of labels over here. I'm not going to go to all these labels. Okay, even in the demo I'm using the same eye, but I've deleted so many labels out of it. Okay, but the book, this is, you should be able, when you look at the eye like that, we should be able to label it. Okay, now what are the ones that we'll go by one? We'll look at the eyelids. Eyelids, from the medial to the lateral canthus. Now these are the eyelids. If you look, These are the eyelashes. These are, if you look over here, this is the canthus over here. This is this one over here. Okay. So I want you to focus on the names over here, the medial, the lateral canthus. You look at the eyelids, you look at the lashes, and so on. Is it? So you should be able to, and then you look inside, look at the sclera, you look at the pupil of the eye. Okay. And أنا أول شيء لازم أعرف which is medial, which is lateral, and then you should be able to label it. Okay. We look at the eyelashes. There are tarsal glands that produce oily secretion within the eyelashes. Okay. They lubricate the eye. فده مو بس أنا عندي watery glands, عندي oily secretions as well. Okay. So these ones, and these ciliary glands, these are modified sweat glands. These are located between the eyelashes and they open in the eye follicles. And the two things over here. نعم. For the eye. عندي حق الدموع. We'll look at the glands up عندي. And then there are oily secretions as well for the eyes. طيب. Now conjunctiva. This is the membrane that lines the eyelids and the eyeball, which looks whitish over here. Connects with the transparent cornea. Secretes mucus to lubricate the eye. هذه conjunctiva. It secretes mucus to lubricate the eye so that it keeps it moist. Okay. هذه الحين ends at the edges of the cornea, fuses with the corneal epithelium. Secretes mucus to lubricate the eyeball. Lacrimal apparatus. هذه حق secretions that you when you cry, the tears. Okay. And there are lacrimal glands, and the lacrimal glands that we have over here, they open up in the nose. So the gland opens up over here in the nose. Okay. It opens in the inferior meatus of the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity and the superior meatus, middle meatus, and inferior meatus. فلذلك when you cry, you will see running nose as well. Okay. Running nose is because this tunnel, this gland that you have, opens up into your nose. Okay. So that's why when you cry, you have running nose as well. Okay. And that one is in the inferior meatus, and in the ثلاثة meatuses. This one opens in the inferior meatus over here. Okay. Here is the lacrimal gland on the lateral side. Okay. The glands, the ducts are over here. هذه is sac, and this one opens up from here into your nose, into the inferior meatus of the nose. But if you look at the gland, الجلاند مو بهني, الجلاند هني. Okay, it's on the lateral side over here. Okay. So even with this one, the concept of having where the gland is, how the secretion goes, and where in the nose it opens. Okay, نعرفه بعد ها. طيب, here it is. This is the lacrimal gland. Okay, these are the ducts, and then it opens up over here in the nose. الاكسترنسك احنا eye muscles قلنا 6. Okay. They produce movements. خليتكم في هذول احنا شفناهم. You have seen these muscles over here. There's a table أبيكم تشوفونه, and try to memorize this one because it has all the 6 muscles. It tells you if it is lateral rectus, قلت لكم it should move the eye laterally. But when the lateral rectus is weak, your eye goes medially, because then this muscle is weak, this one pulls it. Okay. فأنا لو هذه كانت ضعيفة هذه تسحبها. نفس اليد اللي قلت لكم when there is extensors are gone, الفلكسر تسحب اليد بتطيح كذي. Okay. Because these are gone, so these one will pull. Okay. The same concept goes with the eye. Okay. If one side is weak, the other one pulls it. Okay. So you look at the muscles over here, medial rectus. I want you to look over here. The nerves that innervate these muscles are not the same. if you look over here, abducens nerve, oculomotor nerve, and trochlear nerve. Okay, الكرينال nerves اللي كان عندي، النيرفز حق هالمسلز هذين يختلفون هنا. So you have the abducens for the lateral rectus, oculomotor 1, 2, 3, and 4. These one are oculomotor nerve, and then the superior oblique is trochlear nerve. So you look at the innervation for these muscles as well. Okay, when عندي movement, identify them. Okay, know the action of this muscle, and then here the innervation for it. هذه بيكون إما with the Roman letters over here or the name for the nerve. Okay, you write anyone which is correct. Okay. 3 layers عندي حق eyeball. If I look at the coverings حق eye, هذه مهم عندي لأنه outermost is the fibrous, middle is vascular, and the innermost is sensory. The innermost, which is sensory, هذه the retina. Okay, that is the sensory one, which is the innermost. Middle is vascular, ما عدا فيها vascularity, arterial supply, and outermost is the fibrous. Okay, so we'll look at هذه الصورة. This one has been repeated in your book several times. Go through it because it gives you the 3 layers. It gives you the sclera. It comes over here to the, this is the retina. هذه اللي عندي شوفوا الحين هاي. This is the innermost, زين, and this is the vascular layer over here. Okay, so these 3 layers مهمين and you should be able, هذه من وراها, and then we come, this is the optic nerve. From front over here, look at where the lens is. Okay, and then look at these ciliary muscles over here at the sides, which pull the lens, so they focus the lens over here. فعندي muscles which pull the lens or release them, so the lens thickening and thinning is when you look close vision or far vision. لذلك احنا النظاره اللي نستعملها زين نفس الفكره، ان انا ما اشوف من بعيد مثلا، فعندي النظاره حق المدى البعيد. Your eye adjusts with these muscles. فانا لو النظر البعيد ما كان عندي لبست النظاره for far vision. في ناس لا for close vision. Okay, for reading. Okay. هالايام الحين مطلعين lenses. Okay. It used to be earlier انه لو انا النظر البعيد it was just for the far vision. Nowadays they have lenses that accommodate both. Okay. for far vision and near vision إذن بخلي ما بحتاج إلى نظارة. Okay. So nowadays these are the ones they are using now. Okay. I know دكتور جلال أعرفه شخصيا، جلال الموسوي. He has الموسوي clinic. He's an ophthalmologist, a good ophthalmologist really. He was in Salmania earlier. Now he has his own clinic. I know him personally, very skillful person. He does the same, puts the near and far vision with the latest technique nowadays. Okay. Now we'll look at the eye. We'll look at the fibrous layer. We'll look at the sclera and the cornea. Sclera is the whitest connective tissue, seen as the white of the eye. شوف البياض مثل العين. This is the sclera. Okay. أبيكم تعرفون الأسامي باللاب، حتى لأن اللاب بعد اليوم عندنا. We have the pictures and we have the eye model. Okay. So at least we should be able to identify the major structures. Okay. Look at the cornea. This is the transparent central anterior portion. This is the cornea. شوفيني. When we look at anteriorly, this is the transparent central region. It allows the light to pass through, repairs by itself. Okay. So the central part is the cornea, which allows the light to go in. Okay. And this is the only one in humans. We can transplant this one because it doesn't have arterial supply. So it lacks arterial supply. Vascular layer يعني معناته when I look at the innermost, the middle layer, so look at the vascularity. This is the choroid and ciliary body. Choroid is rich in blood supply, contains pigmentation. Choroid is modified anteriorly into smooth muscle structures. Ciliary body attaches to the lenses from the sides as suspensory ligament. Iris regulates the amount of light entering the eyeball. Okay. هذه الأسامي لازم نرجع شوي نخلي الصورة قدامنا and then look at the iris, look at the choroid, look at the lens and so on. بخلي الصورة بعدين بشوفهم. زين. ساعتها بترسخ أحسن. Okay. السنسوري مهم. This is for the retina. So أهم شيء اللي فيها we have the several layers but rods and cones. أنا خليت صورة حق والله rods and cones. No, it's the wrong slide. هذه الصورة اللي عندكم في الكتاب. أنا خليت layers كاملة حق الهيستولوجي. There are 10 layers. بس I'm not going to ask you about those histology 10 layers لأن أنتوا عليكم بس to know the rods and cones. Okay? So I will not use histology of the retina. حق medical students we use histology of the retina and we go through all those layers. And then we pick the rods and cones. Okay? أنتوا عندكم to identify the role of the rods and cones. And it's a رسمة تخطيطية هذه مو under the microscope. Okay? So we look at this one. We'll look at both. This is the picture that you have in the book for the rods and cones. These are the rods and these are the cones over here. Okay? I want you to be able to look at the role action of rods and cones. Is it? This one is the layers, and eventually, okay, we'll look at the layers and we'll look at the rods over here. Have the sensory layer, huh? Most are found towards the edge of the retina, at the periphery of the retina. They allow vision in dim light and peripheral vision. Okay, so peripherally, I have the rods, okay, and they allow dim light over here. بينما when I look at the cones for detailed color vision, يعني if I need the color vision then it is the cones. Okay, عندي rods وعندي cones. بشوف الميزة شنو في الrods وفي عندي ميزة حق الكونز وفي مكان عندي بس فيها cones. Okay, now the dentist المكثف المكان اللي عندي is the center of the retina for cones. So fovea centralis, lateral to blind spot, area of the retina with only cones. ما فيها rods, only cones. This is the clarity for the color. احنا في عندنا ناس اللي ما يشوفون بالالوان. Okay, so those who there are people who see you black and white. Okay, the defect comes in cones which are not working. Okay, so they see you in black and white. Okay, there are animals which don't see in colors. Okay, the dogs don't see in colors, they see you in black and white. So they use other senses like smell, for example. They are very good at smell. Okay, فالله عوضهم بأشياء ثانية. Okay, ولا يشوفون أسود أبيض, black and white. Okay, so there are animals who don't see in colors, and that depends on the rods and cones. Okay, fovea centralis. Okay, you look at this spot. Visual acuity. This is the sharpest vision. Now we look at the sensory layer. We're still on the three types of cones. Each cone type is sensitive to different things. Lens, احنا عارفين عن lens over here is a biconvex, held in place by suspensory ligaments من الأطراف. And these suspensory, when they are stimulated, they pull like that, so the lens becomes thinner. Okay? When they relax, the lens becomes thicker. So that is for your close vision and far vision. Okay? هذه هني, and these شوفوا الحين هذه اللينز, هذه suspensory ligaments over here على الأطراف. Okay? So try to label a diagram like this one. Okay? طيب احنا عندنا two chambers in the anterior aqueous segment. This is anterior to the lens. وعندي posterior to the lens. This is vitreous segment. So in the aqueous and vitreous. Aqueous over here is clear watery fluid. The other one is gel-like at the back. So the one which is gel-like that keeps the shape of the eyeball, okay, that is at the back. The one which is anterior, which is watery-like, is just like as if I have a layer of blood. Okay, so it works like a blood layer. The back one keeps the eyeball round in shape. Okay. I remember once I was teaching the eye in at University of Glasgow, in Scotland. There, I was teaching the medical students. So we bought eyes of cows. زين يعني من where they slaughter the cows. So on that day we bought the eyes على اساس ندرسهم حق الطلبه. العيون كبيره لا مثل البقر، فجبناهم على اساس ندرس عليهم. زين ناس دروا ان احنا شرينا العيون هذه. اوكي ما بتصدقون انا ادرس داخل برا زين جمعيه الرأف بالحيوان، اعلام سوداء زين ناس كلها متجمعه زين جمعيه الرأف بالحيوان زين ومظاهره زين يا جماعه احنا ما طلعنا عيون يعني بقر حي. They were slaughtered, you know. But جمعيه الرأف بالحيوان برا مظاهره جاء عميد الكليه قال لي دكتور don't worry about it, you just keep on. زين فانا استغربت قلت هاي شنو اللي عندنا برا والمشرحه هي في الدور الارضي عندهم. زين so the whole thing was outside بالاعلام وهذه شنو عندهم عيون بقر طالعين. لا هم كذي ها هم على حتى المحلات اللي يبيعون جاكيتات جلد ناس يوقفون برا على الدكان زين ما يخلون المشتري يدش داخل. ليش؟ جمعيه الرأف بالحيوان هذه جلد حيوان يبا ميت زين سويت منه جاكيت لا هذه جلد حيوان. Okay so they are like that as well. These are the ones I have seen them myself. Even with these shops that sell jackets, leather jackets, I've seen them برا لا تروح تشتري لا تدش داخل المحل. There are crazy people like that. Okay, so we look at the vitreous. This one is a gel-like substance. It prevents the eyeball from collapsing. فأنتوا بتشوفون what is the aqueous. This one is similar to blood plasma, clears the eye clean. The one at the back keeps the eyeball's shape in like that. Okay. هذه الصورة تكرر كذا مرة على أساس إن إحنا نشوفها and you should be able to label it as well. Okay. هو بمختصر يعني we are not going to that detail in it. Okay. We look at the ear. I have different parts over here. عندي فيها أساساً we have hearing and equilibrium, which is balance. So we have hearing and balance, okay? And there are receptors for the hearing as well. And there are three parts of the ear. We have external ear, which is outer, and then a middle ear, and then an internal ear, okay? The outer ear, external ear, if I look at it, is this one. This is the pinna. يعني الأوريكل this is the pinna. بعدين عندي this S-shaped tunnel going in, and then here is the tympanic membrane or the ear drum. Up till here is the external ear. From here inside, this is the middle ear, and it has three bones, three ossicles. Okay. These three ossicles أنا عندي في المكتب مال human ossicles نسيت أجيبهم معي. They're very very small, huh? These are the smallest bones that you have. Okay. لا لا شوفي الحين هذه middle ear. اوكي. هذه اللي ورا the third internal part. اي. Okay. Now the middle ear has a connection with your yeah, so when you look at pharynx, the air balance over here is with the middle ear. Okay. If you're having a closed nose, running nose, and you're traveling by air, you'll have severe ear pain. Okay. شوفوا الأطفال ما يصيحون في الطيارة. زين. Because of the imbalance of air pressure inside and outside. When you have a clear nose, then the balance remains the same. You have no ear pain. But if you are having a running nose, closed nose, you travel by air, you'll have severe earache. Okay? So it's better that you clear the nose and then before you travel. Okay? Because of the distance pressure over here that gives you severe ear pain. Okay? Now, look over here. You need to maintain the balance over here for air from this side and this side. Okay? This is your ear. This is the pinna. Okay? And here the mates over here. And then you enter through the eardrum. Okay? ترى احنا the other disastrous mistake we make. Whenever we go to take a shower, after that, since we take the cotton bud and we put it in the ear, we clean it up. That's a disaster. Okay? You can puncture the eardrum. The best thing, I took shower. ما راح داخل. You know what's the best way? Take cloth or tissue paper, put it here, bend your head, do like this, الماء بيطلع. Is it? Repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay? ماي لا. بسوي كذي بيطلع الماء. بسوي كذي بيطلع الماء من الجهة الثانية. That's it. Okay? Because if you use these cotton buds, what happens is you push the wax inside. لو عندي أنا wax بدل ما أطلع الواكس بدسها داخل. Okay? So with the cotton buds, two things. One is you push the wax inside. Number two, when you do like that, you stimulate the glands which make the wax to make more wax. فخليت الجلاند يسوون لي wax أكثر واللي تكون عندي الدزيت داخل. شوف التفكير شو راح يسوي. And this is what we do. احنا شو بيصير؟ When you put the cotton bud inside, you enjoy هالأكشن هاي. واحد يستمتع به. هذا هو بس وإلا بيخرب على روحه. Okay? You are pushing the wax inside and you are making the glands secrete more wax. Okay? So prevent that. You take a shower, come out, take tissue paper, do like that, and do the same thing, the water will come out. Okay? Okay, so the pinna, the gland secrete cerumen, which is the earwax. This cerumen assassin, it is supposed to trap foreign objects that enter from here. Okay? Ends at the tympanic membrane, which is the eardrum. This is the external ear. Middle ear tympanic cavity, air-filled mucosal line. This one keeps a balance between both of them. So the tympanic membrane laterally and medially by the bony wall. Oval window and round window, you have two openings. Middle ear, this is the tympanic cavity. Links the middle ear with the throat over here and that equalizes the pressure. Okay. 3 bones. This is the malleus, incus, and stapes. Malleus, incus, stapes. Malleus مثل المطرقة. Okay. So malleus is like a hammer, incus, and then stapes. These are the 3 bones over here: malleus, incus, stapes. These are the 3 bones. I have them in my office. The human bones. Okay. The real human bones, I have them. Okay. اي النساء يجيبهم معاي في مخي. طلعت بسرعه والنساء يجيبهم معاي. زين هم عندي في المكتب في علبه. زين I have the real ones. I'll bring them and you can see them later. Yeah. The internal ear, the innermost, this includes the sense organs. Okay. في عندي cochlea, vestibular, and semicircular canals. Cochlea, vestibule, and semicircular canals. This is the inner ear. Okay. هذه بيكون فيها filled with perilymph. This area, this one, we're talking about this thing now, huh? And this is the vestibulocochlear nerve. Okay. So the senses should go to the vestibulocochlear nerve. Now this one, this is the spirala. This is organ of Corti. Within the cochlear duct, there are receptors over here, and cochlear nerve at the back, vestibulocochlear nerve, where the senses go and receive over here at the back side. So this one, this is the bony labyrinth, okay, and this is the cochlea over here. So I've put a slide like that one, so you can see the shapes. You can see this one, and you can see the labyrinth inside. هذه الصورة عندك في الكتاب هذه زين where there are hair-like lines over here which stimulate. These are the nerve endings with the nerve that goes and takes the message onwards. فهني اللي عندي senses بتكون مثل أصابع صايرة ها. So how do we hear? These are steps how we hear. The sound waves are gone into the ear canal from the pinna. Sound waves vibrate the drum. The drum vibrates the ear, causes the 3 small bones over here, collectively called the ossicles, to move. From here, as the bones move, stapes vibrates, that causes the wave-like movement for the movement inside for the cochlea. These waves stimulate microscopic hairs inside. Those hairs are in the cochlea are tuned to respond to different sounds in frequency. This will stimulate the hair cells, and they will stimulate the nerve, and this will go to the auditory cortex that converts these nerve impulses into sound that we hear. فالخطوات اللي عندي خليتها هني من البداية لين ما بيجي على النيرف على البرين and where it transforms it to what you hear. Okay. انتوا عندك الباثوي هذه auricle, external acoustic meatus, tympanic membrane, the ossicles, they amplify the sound, oval window اللي هو داخل, basal membrane, the spinal organ of Corti, and then the hair cells that bend and stimulate the nerve endings. Okay. فالخطوات اللي عندي تشوفونها اساس from outside, from the pinna, from inside, where you take the wave till I reach to the inner ear, till I reach to the vestibulocochlear nerve. And thank you very much indeed. Okay. بنزل لكم حتى السلايدات قلت حق الشباب المفروض ان اليوم مالت الديموز. اوكي.